hello. I've been kicking it over here on Instagram, but I wanted to bring the rest of the iRock family in. So, hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube fam. It's such a great pleasure to be here on this amazing Monday. Me and the Instagram fam, we're kicking it talking about today's topic, which is all about the idea of networking and collaboration. And I was a little excited, so I said, let me start a little early tonight to give people a chance to come on in the room. I'm Southern Baptist, well, at least I was raised Southern Baptist, and they have that song that come on in the room. So come on in the room, tell me hello, let me know you're in the house, because today's talk is really great because of the fact that no matter what stage you're in your business, it's free. This tip is free. It's free now. It's going to be free forevermore. I think there are people out here charging this and that for some of these experiences, but you just as a business owner have to be mindful. And we'll talk more about that throughout tonight's presentation. But happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'll admit the last couple Mondays have been rough. I thought today was going to be rough, but honestly, I feel pretty good. So I think we're going to be able to get in and get out, get what we need, and enjoy the rest of our amazing day. Hello, hello. Okay, hey, Instagram folks. All right, so let me just make sure. All right, it's 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started. I've been a little remiss lately of not truly introducing myself, so let me go ahead and do it right. Hello, everyone. My name is Corey Palmville Foster. I'm a speaker, trainer, certified business coach, and I'm also the CEO of iRock Marketable Business Solutions. I'm really proud of that. So, so I definitely want to make sure I share that information. We are hosting, iRock is hosting these Monday Night Live talks. We do them every single Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, sometimes we're on Instagram, sometimes we're on LinkedIn, sometimes we're on YouTube, but one place we are always at is in our Facebook private community. So shout out to you guys who always show up and show out. Thank you guys for being here and watching. If you're not in that group, I encourage you to join because they get a lot more access to me and my experts. There's also a guide section in there where they are able to get some additional free resources. I think just a couple of Mondays ago, I put in a new resource. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely have a look. There's an affordable guide of like different platforms that are very low cost. There's over 8+ hours of training in there. There's webinars, all kind of things. Totally free. You can use them as you need them, but they're in that private community, along with the fact that they are in the know. They know all of our events and different opportunities coming up. Aside from shout outs to those on our email list. I was telling Instagram about this before I joined everyone else. In our email list recently, I think it was just a couple of days ago, we sent out no prior warning. We sent out an email giving access to a few of our signature master classes that have been in our vault. And we gave people access to them for 48 hours. So they could just tune in to whichever master class they fancy. They could tune into all of the ones that were listed. They're not all of the master classes we have on hand, but I wanted to give people who maybe hadn't tried out a masterclass, hadn't been able to participate in an opportunity just to see what the masterclass setup is like and the amazing information that we got. So shout out to you who took advantage of that kind of hush hush secret offer that was only given out to our email list. So if you're not in our email list, definitely let me know and we will get you up there. Okay, because you don't want to miss out on that opportunity if it comes again. So I talked to you a little bit about iRock. And our goal is really to help entrepreneurs like yourselves, coaches and consultants. We want to help you realize your target audience, help you figure out where they are and how to engage with them. We want to help you strategically market and fulfill your sales plans. And we want to just help you throughout the process, right? We want to help you start your business, run your business, and scale your business, but all on a shoestring budget. That is what we're here for. And all of our products, services, events are tailored to do just that. So if you're watching this today and that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, you are in the right place. We have 2 sides to our business. And I'd probably say in September, we may see 3 sides. We'll see where it fits. But currently, we have our done for you. And that is our marketing side of our business where we do everything from logos, flyers, certificates, courses, websites, landing pages, lead generation, all of those things you really just want to outsource as a small business owner. As a small business owner, we take care of it on our marketing side. On our coaching side, that's our done with you programs. We have one-on-one coaching and group coaching where we help you understand your goals, craft some smart goals, realize your goals, set some really good action steps, and hold you accountable, along with giving you some amazing resources. Because I really believe that everyone needs a coach in every aspect of their life. And you are on an entrepreneur journey. There's no reason why you should be doing it alone. And oftentimes you need someone who's maybe been where you've been, who has already made the mistakes you're trying to avoid, helping you through that process. So that is what our coaching program is about. I pride myself in saying that, especially our one-on-one coaching is very, very hands-on. It is not that type of coaching where they tell you in theory what you should be doing. It's that hands-on coaching where we say, okay, on this call, we are going to tackle this together. We're going to pull it up on our screen and we're going to get it done. We do offer some consulting services. I don't typically talk about them on our Monday Night Lives, but those of you who have maybe already started your team but need some additional support, we are offering consulting, helping you put together your SOPs, helping you put together your processes and your systems for automation, helping you train your team and things of that nature. We do have some clients who have hit that mark, and we are so proud of you guys, and we love being able to support you in that way as well. And I was saying we had some different parts of our business. Something that's kind of coming up, I kind of hinted at it maybe a month or so ago, is we will be launching VA services here in the near future. And I mean near future. Just stay tuned. I will preface this by saying that we're going to beta test it. We're going to beta test it. I haven't been a VA in years and years. I started off as a VA, but we're going to have some VA services. We're going to start them probably September, fingers crossed September, and we're going to beta test them into December. So if you're interested in VA services, this is the time to kind of jump on at this entry price, because we're going to work through all the systems, make sure it's nice and perfect and pretty for you guys. And then come January, if all goes well, hopefully, we will have this as its own standalone thing where, say, for instance, you want to have an assistant or you want some admin support or different things, instead of having to necessarily get a marketing package because maybe you've been doing some things on your own, you can have a VA assigned to you to support you in some other outsourcing endeavors. We have marketing VAs and we also have admin VAs, and some of them cross and can do a little bit of admin and a little bit of marketing. Realize that all VAs don't do everything. So there is a quote kind of conversation we have to see what type of VA you're going to need, what type of things you're going to ask for. And we will be updating the website to give you guys some ideas, because sometimes you don't know what you need or what you can ask for. And so we will have the website updated to let you know what the packages look like, and also what type of requests you can make to our VAs. So stay tuned for that. I know a lot of you have been asking for that. It's been in the works, but it takes time. It takes time. So that'll be another avenue in which you can utilize some support on a shoestring budget. All right, well, with that being said, let me get this slide off the screen. Let's go ahead and dive into the topic for today. And shout out to you guys for saying hello. If you're watching this, tell me hi so I know people up in here. What's up? What's up? Look, I say that and I cannot see my screen. Look, I got to lean forward. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let's see. Oh, I don't know why. Hold on. Let me check LinkedIn. They said the LinkedIn is saying it'll start soon. Hold on. Let me see. Because I checked it before. And I'm not sure. Okay, I can see. Well, I can see myself on LinkedIn. I'm not sure what it's doing for you guys. Just click to join. Then yeah, I can see it on myself. So I'm not sure, Marlene, why it's not saying that, not showing you on LinkedIn that I'm live. But hey, and hi, Frank. Yes, Frank from Arizona. Hello, and yes, I am happy that you guys are here. All right, let's get into the topic. So tonight, strategic networking and collaboration, acquire clients on a shoestring budget. So one of the big things that my company even thought about this year was the idea of really leveraging strategic networking, and strategic collaboration. Now, you are already busy as an entrepreneur. A lot of you are booked and busy. Amen. Let's speak into existence. And so you can't just say yes to any and everyone. Some of you are at a certain place in your business. Let's just call a spade a spade. And because of that, you also have to um, be more be more picky, we'll say, about what you say yes to, being, where you are in the game. Now, what I will say, and we'll kind of dive into this more in this talk, is that when it comes to networking and it comes to collaboration, not only do you have to be cognizant of what you should be saying yes to, what you should be saying no to, but you also should be cognizant of how you approach this, let's just say it, marketing strategy, because we're not doing it for the sake of doing it. I've had clients tell me like, oh, I just wanted to do this, but why though? But why? What's the end game? What's the point of it? Or, that's my friend, I just wanted to help. Okay, but what are you getting out of it? Now I will say, and I will talk about this too, before I dive in. I just want to say, it's not, we don't want it to be, oh, it's all about me. However, we do need to realize that we are running a business. And so, yes, some of this has to be, what about me? What about my company? So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. But as always, when I do a definition, I like to read it for you guys. So I have a good definition. So let's first define networking. Networking refers to the intentional, that's what I was saying earlier, the intentional and strategic act of building relationships with other professionals, individuals, or businesses, okay, within your industry or related fields. For coaches and consultants, that's you guys, networking involves connecting with peers, so people on your level, potential clients, and industry experts to exchange knowledge, share resources, and create opportunities for personal and professional growth. Effective networking helps expanding one's sphere of influence. So basically, you're going to be seen as a subject expert amongst the multitudes, enhance your reputation, and gain access to new clients and projects. All right. So this is very important. Networking is going to be, or it should be, a part of your marketing strategy. If it's not already up there, you need to add it. All right. So what is collaboration then? Well, collaboration involves actively working together with others, such as fellow coaches, again, your peers, consultants, small businesses, to achieve a common goal that benefits all parties involved. That's that win-win situation. If it doesn't benefit everybody, then you definitely shouldn't be saying yes to that in your business. Now, I'm not saying you can't be a friend and support your friend, but you do need to have a conversation with your friend to figure out how this can be at least a close to a win-win situation for everybody, because your time is money. Okay, we're gonna just be honest. We family. We're gonna be honest. All right, because with collaboration, you're going to be pooling resources, knowledge, and networks, leading to increased visibility and a broader reach. Okay, this is going to have to make a stronger impact with your target audience. So, again, if networking and collaboration is not a part of your marketing strategy for 2023 and especially 2024, I've been telling you guys, it's time to start planning for 2024 now. If that is not a part of your strategy, you need to go ahead to your business plan and add it in. All right, so what are we talking about when we say networking? Well, networking can be both online and offline. Since COVID, especially, there's so much more networking happening online. Now, I get some of you may be saying, well, I'm tired of that, or I'm suffering from Zoom fatigue, or I feel as if um, I'm not getting as good of a turnout, or a payoff as if it was in person. I get it. However, it may be that you're just not using the right strategies to network, in order to leverage that online networking platform. Because what I can tell you is this: sitting here in my office, that's in my home, I have access to people 24/7, 365 days a year. Versus if I go to an event, sometimes, let's just be real, we got to pay for the event. And you don't get a chance to meet everybody. Think about the last conference you went to. If you're actually going to the conference to partake in the knowledge, you're engulfed in the content. And then during breaks, maybe you're grabbing food, or maybe you're at a mixer, you're getting some wine. You can only talk to so many people. And then even with talking to those people, you only have so much time to make those connections. And Lord forbid you don't get their contact information, or you forget what the contact information was for and what you talked about. Then what? Now we're going to talk about some ways to kind of offset that, but just don't give up on online networking, because it's an amazing tool. What I tend to find when people go to online networking events is they're quiet, or they don't want to brag about themselves, or they don't want to just say what they want. I am quick to be like, hey, tell me about you. Who do you serve? If that sounds great to me, hey, I would love to get on a call with you, maybe a coffee chat or something. That's what we call the virtual ones, like a little virtual coffee chat, and see how maybe we could do something together. That may look like, maybe they say they have a podcast. We can do a podcast swap. I have a podcast, they have a podcast. Maybe I love that they're an expert in one area, but they're saying, oh my gosh, I'm not super consistent on social media. Well, hey, that's what I do. Let me bring you as an expert in the field you're in, and be an expert speaker at one of my master classes. Maybe they are doing a course and I want to get more engagement through the audience that they serve. Hey, can I be a contributor to your course? In exchange, can I get some leads, or can I get whatever? So don't be afraid to just ask people for what it is you want to do. Closed mouths do not get fed. And the cool thing again about virtual is, say for instance, and this happens to me a lot, I can tell who's good at networking. I will register for an event. The event will have a virtual, like, Facebook group or something where we all can kind of mingle prior to the event even happening, possibly even weeks before. Good networkers will come in that group and send friend requests to the people they're interested in talking to, right? They send the friend request. They send a message. Oh my gosh, I see we're going to both be attending this event. Hey, would love to talk to you. It seems like you do this. Would love to chat with you. That's that intentional networking, not waiting till the day of the event. Maybe somebody says something in a hot seat and you're like, trying to type their name or trying to reach out in the Zoom chat. Like, no, be proactive. If there's an opportunity to see who's going to be someplace, go ahead and look them up, check them out. I tell you, especially because I have a visual issue, like I'm visually impaired. Before I even go to live conferences, if they have a place where I can see who's going to be attending, I immediately will send them a LinkedIn connect request. I will send them a Facebook friend request. I will try to shoot them a message. If they have an email address, I'm going to reach out, because it's so great that when you go to this new environment, you can say, oh, hey, and they're like, oh my God, yeah, we're already friends. Or we get involved in a conversation in person and they're like, oh, well, let me add you. And then they go and they say, oh my God, you already sent me a message. Okay, I'm gonna respond now. And that just kind of starts to report, because they're excited that you already took initiative to connect with them. So just kind of keep that in mind. So just keep that in mind. So networking, online, offline, and then collaborating, again, knowing what you want to do in order to make it a win-win situation. Now, you have to be strategic about the win-win situation. I like to already have some things in mind. If I know I'm having a coffee chat with somebody, I already want to look them up. I want to have things in mind. If it's in person, while they're talking about themselves, let people talk about themselves and their businesses, or ask them questions that prompt them to talk about themselves. It allows me to already know kind of what I have coming out, what I could possibly contribute to them, and I try to lead with what I can do for them versus what they can do for me. So if they say that they're about to launch a podcast, oh my gosh, that's so great. What's the name of your podcast? They tell you, okay, cool. I definitely, when does it come out? Let me put it in my calendar to make sure I tune in. Are you looking for guests? Do you have guests? Do you want some referrals? Like, all these things. Like I will ask them how I can help them. Oh my gosh, send me the link. I'll share it with my audience. They're excited. They're like, oh my God, this is a good person. This is somebody that I want to talk more with. And then if I can take part or collaborate, then I kind of put that out there. But for the most part, I try to almost hype that person up, and but organic way. Like, guys, we're not out here trying to be, I hate to keep saying it, but like a used car salesman. I don't want to pretend, because people can feel when you're not authentic. If I am not interested in what they have going on, I keep it short and I keep it pushing. Because there's plenty of things that I'm like, I don't know, thank you. And I'm polite with it, but yeah, I can't do everything. I don't have time to do everything. And some things I'm just truly not interested in, or I don't see a win-win. But there are other times when I am very interested and I try to definitely show a genuine interest in the projects. If there's somebody who I really, really like, but maybe I don't have a project already in the works, I'll be like, let's get on a call and find out how we can work together. That has happened. I'm currently an expert, I'm a marketing expert for the network. That came from being in a group, getting a referral from somebody in the group to this owner of the company, and then her being like, okay, I want to work with you. How do we make this work? So now I'm an expert in her community where I give them resources, and also help them with some marketing things as well. So that wasn't something I had in the works. That wasn't something she had in the works. But we realized we had an authentic connection, right? We are genuine people. And I was very excited about what she was doing. And she was very excited about how I was really trying to do things affordable for small business owners. And so we found together a way to collaborate. And that may take several conversations, guys. Don't try to necessarily always close the deal immediately. If you can, great, but don't rush the process. A lot of networking really takes place over time through rapport, through really being there, because sometimes people may have been burnt many times. I've had that happen where they're like, girl, people will say they're gonna do something and they don't show up, or they're not really that interested, they don't stick to deadlines, they don't support. And so people are gonna be sometimes more cautious. You need to actually, if you're really interested, show up, support them, share their posts, go to events if you can, refer people to them, show up as a genuine person trying to make a genuine connection, because those are going to be the people that you have long lasting collaborations with. It's cool to have a quick collaboration. Yeah, I want to be on a podcast. Yes, but I would love to be a part of your business for the long term, so that every time you have a client that fits me, that you send them my way, that you think about me, that I have an opportunity to get in front of your audience, that we have an opportunity to do projects together. Because it's not easy being a business owner and you're spending your marketing dollars, here, there, and everywhere. It's great to just know that you have support from other individuals that are in the industry, and that you can come together and help your businesses out. Think, for instance, maybe you've recently gone to a conference. Maybe you follow, because I'm a coach, but I follow coaches. If you notice, a lot of times they have the same ride or die squad that like speaks at their events over and over and over again, who's experts, who do cross market with them, do different projects. Those are their people, right? You need to have a group of people that you do things and support each other with. Just imagine how your business would look if you had maybe 5 great networking slash collaborating entrepreneurs around you, right? And you spoke at each other's events and you cross marketed and you shared the weight of, bigger projects, and maybe even shared some of the price of some of these bigger events, right? You shared the lead, you did all of this. Imagine where your business would be with 5, even just 5 in 2024. 5 ride or dies, right? That would be pretty amazing. That's all you really need. You don't need a ton of people that you're networking with. You need the right people that you're networking with. I've definitely done a lot of quick projects and collabs this year, but there have been some really great connections that I'm like, yes, I'm going to foster these into the new year. I'm going to keep those going because I really, really want to be able to support that person, but also I know what a great addition they are into my business as well. So keep that in mind. Now, before I get too long winded, I want to talk about some don'ts because I feel like we kind of get what you should be doing, right? Being authentic, trying to get the win-win, nurturing relationships, letting people talk, listening actively, all those great things. But what shouldn't you be doing? You shouldn't be self-centered. It's all about me. We talked about that. You shouldn't be ignoring follow-ups. How many opportunities are you letting fall by the wayside? You went to an event, you got people's virtual business cards, physical business cards, you wrote it down on a napkin, their contact information, and then you never followed up. You never followed up. Or maybe they shot you an email, but maybe you were tired after the event. You're like, okay, I'll get back to them. And then you never did. Stop letting those leads die. Make sure you're following up. And also realize, just like you get busy, they get busy. And so don't just assume that they're like trying to not talk to you. Follow up. Hey, I know the event was, a couple weeks ago. I tried to follow up, but I totally get life happens. Wanted just to follow up to see if we can get on each other's schedule to see how we could work together. Follow up. It costs you nothing. All right. Again, don't be inauthentic. People can feel it. I'm telling you, when people are just trying to get something out of me, oh, I feel it. I feel it down my spine. I'm like, oh nah, nah, that ain't even the right energy I want. I'm very protective about my community. That's not the energy I want. I feel like you're trying to poach people. I feel like you're trying to just get people to pay you a bunch of money and just take it. Like, mm-mm. So be authentic to who you are, because when you lead in that, you're going to attract the people that are right for you. Make sure again you're listening. So don't be out here just talking, and not actually listening, because you will miss out on amazing opportunities. Right? A lot of times my ears perk up and I get excited because it's something I hear, not because it's something I said. Like I know I'm a great talker sometimes, but I need to hear what other people are saying so I don't miss out on some opportunities, because then I can't even say, "Ooh, I would love to work on that. How could I be a part of that?" Okay, I'll give you an instance of when that really panned out. I was working for a client, I would say 2 years ago, and we did a lot of things for that client. But then I also was virtually moderating a challenge. She would have a challenge like every month, and so my team and I, we would just virtually moderate, help support her. Somebody saw that and was like, "Oh my gosh, I love this. I would love to maybe work with you." I was like, "Cool." People say that all the time. Cool. I think me and that person talked. She was talking about some cool ideas she had. I was like, okay, great, great. And then we never talked again. I don't think I followed up. She didn't follow up. But it was more like an ideas, get to know you conversation. Fast forward, I'm in a different place in my business. That person in a different place in their business. We end up with the same coach, and then we end up at the same event, right? Not in either one of our home states. And I'm like, oh my gosh, love what you're doing. She's like, I love what you're doing. We should chat. There it goes. We should chat. And then it's like, okay, cool. We finally get on a conversation. This is now over a year after our initial conversation. And then I get to then work with that client. I'm actually still working with her. Shout out to Autism in Black. But yeah, we get to work together. She refers me to another client. We work together. Shout out to Advocating for Kids. Look, I'm gonna shout you guys out. And then that client refers me to another client. Shout outs to the Arc of Virginia for that consulting job. And all of that stemmed from me and her just kind of listening to what we had going on, even at the time, building that organic relationship. And we didn't even do business right then. So again, guys, make sure you're listening, because when she was telling me about what she was thinking about doing, I was truly excited. I was like, let me know whenever you do it. I was so excited. Let me know. I want to be a part. I told her at that point, and it was funny. I was like, I don't even care if you pay me. Like, I just want to be a part, because of the thing she was doing was just so amazing. Now, I'm not saying y'all go and shortchange yourselves, but I really was that excited. And then, like I said, we just kind of lost touch. But then when she came back around, she was like, yeah, I'm actually going to do this thing. And it was so amazing to see hundreds of people show up to this thing we talked about over a year prior, and then I did get to be a part of it, and I did get paid. So it was great to be a part again of that kind of collaboration. One, through networking, I had all those clients who kind of networking through the people that I was already connected with, but also that amazing collaboration that led to so many other amazing opportunities. So again, make sure you're listening, make sure you're being authentic. Make sure you're consistent as well. So being inconsistent will lead you astray, because it's wasting your time. One way I see a lot of people be inconsistent is when they're trying to get on podcasts. A lot of podcasting is through pitching yourselves and really kind of trying to collaborate, because people don't just want you on a podcast for the sake of having a guest. They want you there because they want you to contribute something meaningful to their audience. So it has to be this relationship where, yes, we want somebody, so that's their win. They need somebody to fill the spot, and you want more exposure, but then you also have to give something to their audience, and then you in turn, because you're doing a call to action, get more clients. So it has to be that kind of give, win. But a lot of people have inconsistencies with that, because they will send out a few pitches and never follow up, or they'll get instructions for how to apply after they pitch, and then they don't follow up with that and actually follow the process. Or maybe they'll pitch a lot 1 month and not pitch again for 3 months, and then there are big gaps in their season of showing up on different podcasts, and they're losing the momentum of that marketing strategy. So just kind of keep that in mind. Be consistent however you are networking, because remember, this is strategic, not just it's happening. Make sure that you have a plan and that you're monitoring that plan, just like you're monitoring how many DMs you send or how many emails you send, how many people open those emails or what have you. You need to also be keeping a list of potential collaborators, different networking opportunities, different projects, so that you can follow up and always have something kind of in the pipeline. Don't be too pushy. Some people are like, I need to be up here. It's like, okay. Some people are not going to tell you no outright. Some people may just not have all their I's dotted or their T's crossed, so they're kind of trying to figure things out. So don't be like, where is it? Don't be too aggressive, because that can be very off-putting, and then you may lose out on the opportunity as well. Just like I said, me and that client had conversation forever, ago, and I wasn't like, well, when is it gonna happen? Is it happening now? Because I'm like, no, if it's meant to be, it'll be. I should have followed up a little bit more, but even with that being said, you don't want to be rushing the process. Just make sure you're following up consistently and organically, and you should be fine. When you have the opportunity, because this is important too, make sure that you are prepared. A lack of preparation is so rude. It is so rude. It is a slap in the face of the person giving you the opportunity. And I promise you this, if you show up unprepared in front of their audience and you do not deliver on the promises that you put out, you will not be invited again. And especially with a podcast, your podcast may not even air. So just keep that in mind. If you promised a module in a course, if you promised a video recording, if you promised to post and share about an event, if you do not deliver, you will probably, more than likely, not be asked to partake again. So make sure that you show up and show out at every opportunity that you have. And I get the idea of life happening, but this is a business. When people are putting their name out there, they expect you to deliver. So make sure you have everything that you need to be successful. So if you have questions about the opportunity, ask those questions in a timely manner. If you need to practice your tech because you're not super great at tech, ask for that. If you have concerns of any kind, if you want to know what technology they're going to have live, whatever the case may be, ask those questions and make sure you are prepared. Have a backup plan just in case, because you want to make sure that you show up in the best light, because you're trying to obviously get new clients and get more exposure, but also that you represent the person that you are collaborating and networking with as well, so that you can be offered future opportunities. All right. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the idea of getting out of this idea of competing. Like, you do not want to be competing and comparing when it's time to start really strategically networking and finding individuals to collaborate with. One of my good friends always says that comparison is a thief of joy. And I know she didn't make it up, but she always tells me that. And it really is, guys. I get that some of these opportunities may feel competitive because maybe they are in the same industry as you, and maybe there is some overlap. But you just have to find a way to make it work. I definitely have been in situations where I have not been the only person that does everything that I do by myself. Maybe they have a few things they do that are similar or what have you. I've been on, especially podcasts with other people. We're talking about the same topic, and I'm not sitting here like, oh my gosh, they're talking about X, Y, and Z. I got to be better than them. I go into it with the mindset of what is for me is for me, and what is for them is for them. Because at the end of the day, when I've gone back and looked at the material, again, say for instance, a podcast, what I notice is their style is very different than mine. And looking at the audience at large, if they like that style, they wouldn't like me anyway, and vice versa. So stop being competitive and realize that if you focus on you and putting you, the best you there is out, the people who want to, who will naturally gravitate towards you will gravitate towards you, and you'll be just fine. Have your ducks in a row. You will be just find. And again, part of that strategic networking and collaboration is having those conversations beforehand. Hey, it seems like we're going to overlap here. What should we do about this? Should I focus only on these things? You focus only on those things so that we don't have a lot of crossing? And a lot of times that solves it. Even talking about maybe different subject matters. Maybe you're doing a conference or a summit or a retreat, and just figuring out how you all can fit in. And again, that win-win scenario. And when you plan your own events, make sure that everybody can shine on their own, and there isn't a lot of competition, so that everybody can get something out of it. You don't want to have an event where 6 people, because you guys know, like paparazzi, like if you go to a vendor event, there's usually only one paparazzi, only one Avon, because they don't want people to have to decide who they're going to go to. And you need to be cognizant of that when you host your own opportunities where you're bringing in different collaborators, so that again, they can have their win, because you're having your win by having them show up. They need their win by having people be able to see them as a thought leader and as an expert, so that they can get leads as well. So I know I said a lot today, but I hope you at least get the idea of, one, it is just so vital for your marketing plan for you to include strategic networking and also collaborating with individuals this year. There's still time this year, 2023, and especially as you embark on 2024, that needs to be in your plan. You need a plan of how you're going to network, online or virtual, I should say, who you're going to network to, and what projects you have, and what other things you might be interested in, and then a way to track your movements about networking and track projects that you've landed, and then track follow-ups. And then also, it's great to kind of write down too sometimes. I shouldn't say sometimes. It's great to just have a record of how it worked out, right? So maybe you've done a few lead gen type things and they really haven't panned out. Perhaps that isn't your marketing strategy. Maybe you want to do some different type of things, or maybe you've spoken at a few events, but for some reason those haven't given you the type of return that you are looking for. So just make sure you write down. I remember one year I just did like a smiley face, mad face, like mad face, just like whatever. Just for different podcasts that I was on and different events that I was featured in, because I was like, oh, I'll do, because some of these things are like annual. I'll do that again. I'm not doing that again. And when I had my first business, I did it a lot more because they were vending events. My first business was a product-based business. And yeah, like nobody, they had no traffic, right? I was like, okay, I'm not doing that again, because that would cost me money to go, and they would have all these events. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go with these people because they never have traction. People, they don't market well, nobody's coming. And if I had a really good day, I'm like, okay, let me look at all the rest of the events because I want to go ahead and sign up now. So just keep record. Part of your business plan should always be to look at the metrics, look at the results, and then adjust based on that. And networking and collaboration is no different. All right. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I can't even talk today. I'm gonna hop off of here tonight. Definitely take advantage. The September events will be coming out here this week, so you guys will see all the events we have for September. As always, every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our Monday Night Lives. Every third Friday at 8 p.m., we have our iRock networking and Q&A party. I had to think what it was called. And then we are solidifying the date for our master class for September. It should be at the latter part, so you have plenty of time to plan for that. If we have any other events, we'll let you know. Hold on. I probably shouldn't even talk about it now, but I'm going to anyway. The iRock Summit 2023 will be happening in December. I believe it's December 8th, but I don't have it in front of me. But we had one last year. I believe like the first 500 people in this group came from that event, our private Facebook group. So we're having it again this year. More information coming very, very soon on that. I'm super excited. We won't go do it, y'all. And I was like, we got to. I loved it. That was like the highlight of last year. But we're going to do it in December. So one, if you are a speaker who speaks on topics that would benefit the iRock village, right? So we service coaches and consultants starting, running, and scaling to 6 figures on a shoestring budget. So if you have a topic that would benefit my audience, shoot me a DM because maybe you can be one of the first people to fill out the application. We have a limited amount of spots because we bring in quite a bit of experts, and it's a 3-day ordeal. So definitely shoot us a message, shoot me a DM, so that I can keep your name in mind as a possible person to come speak. But yeah, that is coming soon. And again, if you want to check out last year's, it was over 8 hours of experts talking. The recordings for that for 2022 are in the private Facebook group. You can get all of that for free. It's there. Enjoy. Um, but yeah, I'm just excited that we're going to be able to do it because I didn't think we were going to be able to, but we are. So more information for that coming soon. But guys, you guys have an amazing night. Remember, I rock, you rock, we all rock, and I will see you guys at our next event.